Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a good day wherever you are in the world. And we're looking at the chart now. This is the gold chart, XAU USD. And I'll just switch over to a bigger chart that you can see. And we're on the 10-minute time frame, as you can see there. Gold spot, XAU USD. And this is the trend line strategy, which I use. If you follow me, you understand how it works. And we're now trading at 47.04. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen there, the broker I use is Tickmill. If you're interested to join my team, they're a great global broker with a head office in Dubai, and they're also regulated in the UK, and very, very good broker. So this is what I call the Tokyo lunch run, and what that means is the Tokyo market is open. They opened about 5 hours ago, and now they've come back from lunch, and usually around about this time, in about 15 minutes or so, they will start executing more orders, closing orders, opening orders, and you get good movement, good volume. And they are open. This is also the pre-opening of Europe and London. London will open in about 2 hours. So it's a good time to be trading. I always get some good trade setups at this time. What we've been seeing today, Asia opened slightly up. And then this is the beginning of right here, the beginning of the Singapore Shanghai market, and they started pushing the price down. And it's gone down for a couple of hours, and then a slight retracement, and then sideways. And now we have the Tokyo lunch run. Let's see what they're going to do in Tokyo. It's fairly quiet just right now. Usually starts in about 10 or 15 minutes from now. And we'll see what they do. Yesterday they started a little bit late, actually. If we go back and look at yesterday's chart, yesterday was an interesting day. Oh boy. Yesterday they started a little bit late. This is 1 p.m., this big red candle here, which normally we see at half past the hour. And this one was right on the hour, on the top of the hour. And I got in a little bit early, right over in here, for a short trade. And then I had my stop loss right there, a little bit tight, too tight. The stop loss was too tight. And it came up, hit the stop loss, and then went into profit. And that's just happens sometimes. That was my mistake, actually. I shouldn't have had the stop loss quite so tight. But I had it just $1 above. That would have been an excellent trade throughout the day. As you can see, once that started, the Tokyo session, then it went down, really good profit, sideways, a little bit of retracement, and then before the U.S. session, then the U.S. session, it just really, really did do very, very well for a short trade. The news came out on the inflation, the CPI data came out right in here on this candle here. And then it was really strange, I mean, the news was good for the U.S. economy, but gold went up. Normally that's bad for gold, it should go down. So eventually it started to go down, but then it went back up, and then it went back down, and then it went back up, really volatile for the first couple of hours. And then finally they did kick in and go the right direction, and we had a really big drop on gold, which was totally expected. But then you saw the manipulation. This is what the investors do, the hedge fund managers, central banks, institutions. They came down, took out yesterday's previous day low, which was, the Monday previous day low, which was right here. And they took out that low. That's where the liquidity pool was. And then they went the opposite direction. That's what the institutions do. And they actually took the price up higher than it was before the news came out. Quite a crazy day yesterday. So if you trade liquidity grabs at all, that's absolutely what that was here. Almost 2 hours after Wall Street opened, that was a clear liquidity grab. So if you saw that and you trade that, then you could have done well on a long trade. But that was yesterday. Let's look at what's happening right now. This is what we're concerned about. What's happening right now in the chart. And there's Raj. Hey, mate. Good to see you here. First one in the classroom for the Tokyo lunch run. And I don't know if you're taking any trade today. I don't get up anymore for the Singapore Shanghai market, but that was a good one. Today, got a good short trade here that ran for a couple of hours, and then it's retraced back and now going sideways. I actually did get a little bit of a short trade. I forget where it was, right in here, I think. Put my break even, and then it came back and hit my break even. So I didn't lose on the trade, but would have been better in retrospect. Of course, it's always hindsight is always good. If I'd have kept my stop loss above the pivot point, and then I would still be in the trade. But that's trading. So how did you do with the trading last night, yesterday, with the CPI data that came out? That was really something. Very, very volatile for the first couple of hours. It went up and down and up and down, and then finally it did kick in and went the right way initially. We had the news came out right in here, and gold went up, which it shouldn't do. Okay, but you get that. They're taking out the stop losses for people who would start selling immediately when the inflation data came out. Inflation is up in the U.S., and that's not good for gold. That puts pressure on gold because we're likely to raise interest rates coming soon. So then finally, gold did go down, but came back up, went back down, came back up, and then finally, the big move kicked in. And down here, the institutions made a liquidity grab because the previous day low was right about in here somewhere. They did that liquidity grab, took out the stop losses, all pending orders, and then they went the opposite direction. That's what the institutions do. But that was quite late for you if you were watching that, Raj. That's after 10 p.m. my time. But if anybody's watching that, that was a clear liquidity grab, and then you could go long and ride that up. And the price even went higher than before the news came out, which is just insane. It's crazy. Inflation going up, that's not good for gold. But the market has reacted differently to that. And this is where we are now. Let's just look at today now. Okay, so you got a couple getting close to completing, passing the prop firms. That's great. Yeah, I know you'll be asleep by the time the 2 hours after Wall Street opens, for sure. You'll be sound asleep. Yeah, a couple more people coming into the chat. If you're new to the group, let me know where you're watching from. And don't forget to click that like button. I'm here every day at the same time, Monday to Friday, and watching for what I call the Tokyo lunch run. And this is the trend line strategy. So if it breaks below this trend line and closes below, I'm going to go short. It looks like it will. Just get my phone over here so I'm ready to go short if that happens. Okay. Still another 5 minutes. Usually I see this move, this potential trade setup at half past the hour. And it's at another 4 minutes. And it looks like it's going to materialize today. I got in a little bit early yesterday, which is okay. Sometimes it happens at the top of the hour. But here's the top of the hour. You see they went up to the pivot point, and now they're starting to come back down. So we just sit on my hands and wait and see what happens. Had a couple of people jump in and then they're gone. So fairly quiet today in the live session, live Tokyo lunch run. Now remember, we have more high impact news today, and that is the PMI, and that will also be 1 hour before Wall Street opens, and that's more inflation data. Check forexfactory.com for your local times. The PPI month on month and core PPI month on month, and that is the change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers. And actual greater than forecast is good for the currency. And we do expect the actual to be greater than forecast, just like it was last time. Inflation is on the rise in the U.S. as it is around the world because of the Middle East crisis. Yeah, maybe some others will join. Some days they do, some days they don't. A lot of people watch the recording though. Okay, what are we getting here? 12, another 2 minutes. Looks like it wants to break below that. I did say I got in earlier over here, but and it went into profit, so I moved, and I would still be in the trade. Could have, would have, should have, but didn't. Well, I'd like to see something a little bit stronger on this first candle. This first candle at half the hour, half past the hour. What are we going to do? Okay, is that going to close below? Not really. Sometimes they give such a clear indication of a good trade setup, and then sometimes it's just right on the money. Let me go look at the 5 minute chart, see what that says. Okay, yeah, I'm below my 100. I like that. Okay, 12, give it another 30 seconds. Now it's easing down there, just easing down there. I'm going to wait till that candle closes. And then I put my stop loss just above the pivot point. We'll say 47.12. Okay, here we go. I'll go short on that. trade of that. And, oh, already in profit. Wow, cool. Kick in, buddy. Go, go, go. Whoa. Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I told you before, Raj. You can almost set your clock by this one. But now I need to do my stop loss here. Hang on. What did I say? 47.12. 47.12. Okay, that's just above the pivot point. That would be right about there, and that's well above my safety line. Okay, well, now we're in a loss. Well, they're getting excited. You know, big move at half past the hour. Let's see what happens. So I'll mark my chart up like I like to do. 47.12 is my stop loss. Yep, that's well above my safety line. Okay. And my entry price was 46.96. Got down a little bit slow to catch that one. 46.96.31. Okay, yeah. So I'm in a little bit of a loss now, but okay, it's what it is. And now I'm back in profit. Okay. Now I'm not suggesting or recommending anybody take the same trade. I'm just showing you what I do. I'm being transparent with my own trading. I've been trading forex and commodities for more than 10 years, and I hope that what I do will help you, especially if you're new to trading. And my EP there. Okay. Oh, it's all done and dusted. Just leave it alone. Let it go. Nothing else to do. What I usually do also, if this should go into profit, anything can happen. We don't know. We cannot control the market. Everything's out of my control now. All I can control is my entry and exit. Let's see, is this first move going to be a fake out? Don't usually get a big kickback like that, but it can happen. Wow, that's kind of surprising. Okay, who else? Oh, DJ Igo tuning in. How you doing, buddy? You're in your office working? And who else is this? Mano. Don't I trade CFDs? Yeah, that's what we're trading right now. Gold, CFD, gold spot, CFD. We are rejecting VWAP. Okay. I don't use VWAP, but if you say so. You like bearish gold? Bang. There's the flush. On with you, boss. Okay. Oh, a lot of comments there. I'm trying to catch up. Well, the great entry. Let's see. It doesn't look so great at the moment. Yeah, we took longs. Stop loss was the bounce. Yeah. Here we go. Make it rain. Big ass red candle. Mano, you can't hear anything at all. Well, turn your volume up because everybody else can hear me. Can anybody else? Raj, can you hear me? I go. Can you guys hear me okay? Yeah, I think I got my volume turned up. Microphone seems to be working okay on my end. So we just let this play out. And usually this is a trade that you can hold for several hours. So that just means sitting on your hand. You got the stop loss in position. The capital is protected. I'm going to go over to my MT5 for just a moment. And see what we got here. What is that? Hmm. I don't know. Oh, $10 stop loss. Okay. Oh, Howard's in here. Good. Congratulations, Howard. Well done. Oh, really? Yeah, if you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from. Mano says he can't hear me, so I asked him where he's watching from. He probably can't hear me. Mano's a new guy. I don't think I've seen him before. Mano chose 19. But I think you guys can hear me okay. My microphone's working on my end. So back below my trend line, that's good, but it needs to get down here to the entry point. So 12, so I've got a 12. I have a $15 stop loss, I believe, yeah, which is acceptable for me. $10 is fine. $10 is kind of tight. Gold makes such big moves these days. But if that's your risk management protocol, that's what you follow. If that works for you. What I do when it goes into profit, I put my stop loss below break even. It has to go $10 into profit. But what I found that a lot of times it comes back and hits the break even when it's just a $10 difference. So, Raj, have your stop loss below the pivot. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from. We get people from all over the world. Right now, we got New Zealand, Australia. Don't know where Mano's from. Ago is from, well, from Italy, but lives in Thailand. And now we're on the next candle. And just don't forget to click that like button. That does help the channel. And our second candle, no, come on. It's not playing our game. We're playing the game, but it's trying to beat us. It's really weird that gold would be bullish because the news for the U.S. economy was it was good for the U.S. currency, and that should put pressure on gold. What is oil doing? Oil is moving up today, 97. It's still, not crazy out of control, but it's still moving up close to $100. Yesterday we saw this move here. This is what you would expect with the inflation increasing in the U.S. That puts pressure on gold, which it did. But then what's not expected is that gold would go even higher than before the news came out. But that was just a liquidity grab by the institutions and the central banks, and they pushed the price way back up. But then today, Asia has come to their senses and started pushing the price back down, which is what you would normally expect with increasing inflation and the possibility for interest rate hikes. But the market does what the market does. It just moves. And we can only trade accordingly, trust our strategy. Okay. I should check out Funded Next Flicks, 50K gray bag. Raj, send me a link in Telegram if you would, a private message. Again, a little bit unusual for this Tokyo lunch run. Normally they will have two or three good candles, 20 to 30 minutes of good moves. But now we're getting red, green, red. So maybe at the top of the hour, something will kick in and we'll start to continue down. That's what happened yesterday. It was a little bit late on the start yesterday also. Started at the top of the hour yesterday. Whereas normally it starts at half past the hour, which I'm talking 13 minutes ago. And that's when I took the trade, was after it broke the trend line, closed below the trend line. I went short. I was a little bit slow on the trigger. I could have got a couple more dollars there, but that's okay. Here comes the bears. Well, let's see if they're coming. Let me go back over to my 5-minute chart and see what that looks like. Good. Okay. So even with that move up, I'm still below what on my 5-minute chart. I have a 100 moving average, and below the 100, for me, that's short territory, bearish territory. And so it didn't even touch the 100. It did go up, but still well under the 100. So I'm still in bearish territory on my 5-minute chart. And if it's above the 100, then that's bullish territory. But it's been below that for the last almost 4 hours now. And it's a big fight now, eh, between the bulls and the bears. You're talking about struggling to get a clear direction on the weekly chart is neutral. The daily chart is neutral, and the 4-hour chart is bearish. And let me look real quick at the weekly chart, see what I see. On the weekly chart, where's the weekly? There we go. And the weekly for me is bearish. The daily is neutral, and the 4-hour is bearish. So there's not really clear direction. You know, it's really ideal if we see the same thing on all the charts. Hey, so got a lot of people joined in now. Hey guys, if you're new to the channel, let me know where you're watching from, and just you know, say hello in the comments, and don't forget to click that like button. And what we're watching now is what I call the Tokyo lunch run. And what I mean by that, Tokyo opened like 6 hours ago, and then they've all come back from their lunch, and after that they start executing orders, opening orders, closing orders, and just another couple of hours and they'll be going home. And then London opens at 1 hour and 13 minutes from now. So this is like the pre-Europe, pre-London session, and I call it the Tokyo lunch run. And you can usually get some good trade set up. When these guys in Tokyo come back from lunch, that's when they start placing their orders, closing orders, etc. Come on, Bears, you can do this. You got this, Bears. From Minnesota, T-Man from Minnesota. Okay. Welcome to the channel. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining in. And it must be very late for you there in Minnesota. Like after midnight, I think. Good to have you here. And I'll go ahead and post my Telegram channel. Those of you that want to reach out to me, you can message me on Telegram. Oh, that's the broker. Get rid of that. You already see that at the bottom. Here's my Telegram channel. At Rick Ray FX. If you want to send me a private message, and I have a Telegram chat for traders. If you want to join that group, let me know and I'll add you to the group. Telegram ID at Rick Ray FX. And of course, if you're new to the group, I do also have a website, and that's rickrayfx.com. All information about trading, EAs, prop firms, free indicators. There's even a free trading course for newbies. Absolutely free. 10 video tutorials. You can find that on the website. Big fight between the bears and the bulls. Okay, just got your message, Raj. Thank you very much for that. I'll check it out later. I could put my stop loss a little bit below the pivot point, but I don't want to be too close to the because the pivot point is strong resistance. This is our pivot point for the day. That's at 4708.6, and that's, it can come up and touch that and then go back down. It's been around that earlier today. It came up before we went live today. It came up very close to that. So I'd rather just give it a little bit of breathing room. And my stop loss is $14 away. That's 140 pips. Just a little bit of breathing room above that pivot point. Okay, here comes our next candle. So we've got green, we've got red, green, red. Give us a red one. Who's putting their money on red? I've already put my money on red. Okay, that's good news, Raj, I think. So we got a good turnout today in the live. Good to see. Yeah, just went down and hit my entry point. Just trying to put me in a good mood. And then kicking back from that. So let's see what happens at the top of the hour, 1 o'clock. Oh, just relax, Raj. It's okay. It's just not doing anything really. Red, green, and then red maybe. I'm just going to get up and grab a bottle of water. Okay. Just doesn't seem to be much momentum with these guys. Maybe they had too much to eat at lunch and they're feeling a bit lazy. I don't know. I know what you mean. It's not easy to sit on your hands. So did you get out of the trade, Raj? Did you close it already? Looks like I'm frozen up here. Let me restart this YouTube. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's I know. We love to see it when it goes into profit and then just clap ourselves on the back, say, well done, good trade. But when it's like this, I know, it's frustrating. But it's just what the market does. We can't control it. We have the trade open, and that's all we can control. It's our entry and our exit. And now we're at the mercy of the market. So another 5 minutes, and we'll be at the top of the hour, and let's see what happens then, eh? Sometimes it'll kick in after that. And there it goes again, the wrong direction. Yeah, that's what we would like to see. Oftentimes you see that at the top of the hour. I don't care what time you trade. You can trade Asia, Tokyo, London, New York. The top of the hour is always something going on. Change direction or continue direction. Always a big move at the top of the hour. Like this one right here. This big green candle. This big ass green candle. That was top of the hour. Oh, I'm trying to break above my trend line now. Another 2.5 minutes, and we'll see what happens. Still got 12 people watching. That's great. Got some shy people in here. Hey guys, if you're watching, just let me know. Say hi. Let us know where you're watching from. Uh-oh, that's a big green candle. Another 1.5 minutes. Hmm. Oh my goodness. The bulls are getting excited. 30 seconds to go to the top of the hour. I'm going to hold on to this because I have my stop loss above the pivot point, and I think the pivot point is a strong resistance. Mm-mm. Hi Dee, where are you watching from? Where did the Bears go? I think the Bears have I think the Bears have exited the building. That'd be very close to your stop loss, Raj, I believe. Oh, Dee, you're in New Zealand. Okay, cool. Hey, Raj, we got somebody else from your country. Like I said, I'm going to hold on to this, guys, even though it's broken above my downward trend line, and believing that the pivot point will hold resistance. But it's not in our favor. And we already had a high of 4707. So I think you may have got stopped out, eh, Raj? Okay, you took it up $3. Okay. Yeah, you're still in. That was a close call. But it's not, doesn't look like it's going to work out for us. But it's not over till the fat lady sings. Not 4707, 4708. Uh-oh. This is not going to work out. I don't think so. Broken above the pivot point now. Really close to my stop loss. Is it going to reject the pivot point? Let's see. That's a big ass bullish candle. Two big ass bullish candles. Yeah, you could reverse, but I'm hesitant to go long. And it's certainly, I mean, the market's telling us it's going up, so it's broken above the downward trend line with some real momentum behind it. But again, being right at the pivot point, I just, mm. And it got to this level over here, where it is now, and then fell back down. What did it get to over here? It got to 47.10 on that candle. Yeah, and now it's been to. So this is these two candles over here were 47.10, and this candle here hit 47.10, and now it's falling away from that. But it's still early days. I mean, mm, just as I was saying that, where am I? 47.12. I'm just going to move my stop loss $1 more. 47.13. Although it's looking, this is so bullish now. Still got 1 minute on the 47.12. That would have been stopped out already. And yeah, it could be going back to Asia high, which are 8 right there. Yeah, one big bullish candle, another big bullish candle, and now 2 minutes after the hour. Tokyo lunch run, they seem to want to be buying gold. Take your stop loss and EP off the chart, and you may be sitting along on the next candle. Well, you have a good point there, Howard. And in actual fact, normally when it broke above this red trend line here, I would go long. I would reverse the trade. But because we're at the pivot point, that's why I didn't do that. Now that may have cost me this trade that I could have got out earlier and reversed into a long position. That's possible. It looks like that's what's going to happen. But I was looking at this being a strong resistance, the pivot point, and then it would reject that level and come back down. But it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So yeah, looking at both sides of it. So Howard, did you go long? Yeah, we have bulls and bears in the chat group today. Bullish. It was bearish in the beginning of the New York session, and then it turned bullish at the end of the New York session. And now we're getting a lot of indecision here. Already 5 minutes on this next candle. Maybe they're just catching their breath, getting ready to go again. Getting ready to go again, the wrong direction. Oh man. Okay. There it goes. Not yet. Boy, that was close. I'm still in. I have my stop loss at 47.13. And that's what it hit, but mine must have a slightly different price on the broker. Let me just check that. $47. Okay. Yeah, I think I have just a slightly different price on my broker than what's on TradingView, but that should catch it right there. Okay. Okay, guys, that one hit the stop loss. That one didn't work out. So looking back in retrospect, in hindsight, is always good. Could have reversed this trade after this candle here, and then we would have had a long trade from right there, and maybe it will continue up to the Asia high, possibly. Don't know. Just have to see how it unfolds. So that one didn't work out. Yeah, we'll get back in later. Sometimes it don't work out. You have to accept that there will be losses in trading, as long as you win more times than you lose, or at least as long as your wins are bigger than your losses. Okay, guys, I'm out of here. I've been here for a long time. Thanks everyone for joining in. I appreciate it. Good crowd today. Great chats, and I hope you have a great day. Wherever you are in the world. Enjoy your trading. Don't forget to like the channel. Click that like button. It does help. And I will see you again tomorrow, same time.